What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's video. Reacting to Best Gear of 2024? Tonex 1 by Ola England. So what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be reacting to Best New Gear of 2024, Tonex 1 by Ola England. Now, as always, if you have not already subscribed to Ola England, and if you're watching this channel, you've probably already subscribed to Ola England. But just in case you haven't, make sure you go over to Ola's channel and give him a sub. And also go and give the original video a like. I have the the link to the original video is in my description. Go and give the original video a like. And without any further ado, let's have a look-see.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to Ola Testing Shit. Today I'm trying out the Tonex 1 from IK Multimedia.
Ola's awesome. Gnarly. Great tones.
Holy shit, man. What a time to be alive. 2024 have been incredible for guitar players so far with the Kemper Profiler player. You have the Line 6 Pod Express, the Boss IR2. We're getting units really small that can handle a complete rig and stuff like that. It's absolutely incredible. And now, to top it off, there's another one from IK Multimedia with the Tonex. And look at this thing. How small is this?
Unbelievable.
Setting the record straight right there. Holy If you have no idea what Tonex is, it's basically IK Multimedia's platform for modeling guitar amplifiers and cabinets and overdrives and stuff like that.
And it's unbelievable because now they've got that in that little tiny package now. It's actually a profiler, not to be mixed up with a modeler. You know, a modeler is like a little unit that I have. Well, it's not that little. I got a Valiton GP200, but it's a modeler. You can change out the speaker, the impulse responses. There's a few blank spots for impulse responses, but I cannot do a profile of an amp or an overdrive pedal with my modeler. With that little tiny profiler, you can. Like you said, not only are they getting smaller and smaller, they're getting more and more affordable, and the technology is getting better and better. Yes, this is a fantastic time to be a guitar player or a bass player because of the way the technology is going and how affordable it's becoming. There's some great stuff coming out.
A bigger Tonex unit, then there's a smaller Tonex unit, and now there's the Tonex 1, which is super small. Look at that.
So
they
tiny.
put a freaking modeler into this micro pedal right there. So in comparison to the bigger Tonex unit, this is a little bit more simple. Obviously, you can't fit everything onto a small micro pedal like this. But connected to a computer with a USB, you have the same possibilities like with the bigger Tonex unit. There's two different modes. You have dual amp models, which switches between two different amplifiers, or in your case, maybe an overdrive, who knows? Or you have the stomp box mode, where you basically shut on and off the pedal. So depending on your application, maybe you have your favorite overdrive being modeled by the Tonex. You can have that in front of your amplifier, and you just have an on and off button. That
For myself, the way that I would use that would be just for amps. I'd have it to be able to A/B switch between my clean amp and my high gain amp. That's what I would use that for. Totally. I don't know if I'd want to use it in stomp box mode to turn on or off the overdrive, but I've heard about people ordering 2 of them so that you could have one that you A/B between your clean and high gain amp, and another one that you cycle between 2 different overdrives or turn a different overdrive or boost on it. Either way, holy hell is it cool.
That's what I really like about the modeling technique, because you can decide to model just maybe a stomp box, an overdrive or a distortion pedal, amplifier and a cabinet, or a full rig with a overdrive amplifier cabinet, even without the cabinet. So the possibilities are endless depending on what type of setup you need and what you use. Layout is incredibly simple. You have bass, mid, treble, you have a volume right there, and if you push the Alt button, you have gate, compressor, reverb, and gain right there. So now when the controls are blinking, I'm controlling the gate, the compressor, and the reverb, and then I switch back by pressing that. If you hold the Alt button for 3 seconds, it will go into like a lock mode. So whatever happens here, if you're like a complete noob, it's not going to change the settings of your profile right there or your modeling. And then you can also shut on and off cabinets in this thing as well. But I would recommend using the Tonex app to control everything with this, and then you bring it with your rig afterwards. But
it's the same with any actual modeler, even the larger modelers. Like I said, I got the Valaton GP200, and it's got a good screen on it. It's not a touch screen, and it's got a lot of controls on it. But like any of these, with the actual PC or Mac app, that when you hook it up to an actual computer, it's a lot more intuitive to set up and mainly really dial everything in. And then, you get those presets saved, you bring them to your gig, and you do the fine tuning there. Yes, everything that you do on the amp, you can do on the unit itself, much like any modeler or profiler out there. But the apps just seem so much more user-friendly. You don't have to switch between multiple modes and then switch the controls from this to that and the next thing. It's just right there. You grab things, and it's a lot easier to import and export presets and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah. I recommend to anybody that gets any one of these units or any modeler or profiler, definitely get the app and start toying around with it with the app first.
Just saying, you can control a lot of things on the pedal itself without having it connected to a computer. You can power this pedal using a 9-volt, or you can do like I'm doing right here, just plug it into USB, and I have my computer power. It's pretty cool. If you have the pedal connected to your Mac or PC, you can access all the settings using the Tonex app in the librarian section right here. This section right here is the pedal itself, and then you have the presets in the app that you can load in to the pedal. I forgot to mention, but it can hold 20 different presets in this thing, and you can switch them on the unit itself. It was a little bit tricky for me. I managed to get it to work, but it's just easier for me to do it in the app instead. Right.
Hard to tell exactly what amp he's using, but from the graphic, at least, it kind of looks like a Marshall over there. I'm sure he's going to say if I would have given him just another second or two. Yeah, it looks like it's maybe a Plexi or something like that. The graphic looks like a Marshall head.
Now I'm using my capture or my models that I did of my Mesa Boogie Badlander in a couple of Tonex videos ago, using my Mesa Boogie oversized cabinet. So there's nothing added to this. It's just my guitar going into this little small micro pedal right there, into my audio interface.
No post-production.
How cool is that? So say I want to add reverb now. I press this button right there. Pretty cool, huh? So down with that. I can set a noise gate. There's a gate on, but I can control it here. Compressor.
So basically, it has all of the basic effects that you need. For amps, you got yourself a nice noise gate, you got a compressor for your clean tones, and some reverb that a lot of people that like reverb on their guitar have an always on reverb, but it's not like a multi-effects unit slash modeler profiler. No, it's got just those three effects. But myself, what I was thinking about using it for is getting one of them to be able to feed into my Valatin, to be able to use it for all the amp sims. Because you see, with the Valatin, you can't change any of the amp sims. You can change, you got some user open IR slots for, changing out the impulse response, but nothing to really change out the actual amps themselves if you wanted to. And that's not necessarily with the Valatin GP200 that I'm not happy with the amps. It's just, come on, man, an actual profiler that you can do profiles of your friends' rigs, your rigs, and you can upload and download and share through the cloud and always be getting a different sounding rig. Like, that's pretty awesome, especially since you can get it in that small of a footprint and that affordable. It's got to be the cheapest profiler out there, bar none. What else does profiling? I think it goes for something like, don't quote me on this, only like $299 US? Like, what else that comes close to that can do profiling? The larger Tonex, which I think is like, correct me if I'm wrong, $399, $499 US, something like that. And how small of a, footprint that it has? I'm sold. I can't wait to get my hands on one, honestly.
Go back, we have treble, mid, and bass.
Yeah.
Want to change the gain? Dude, what?
Same. Like, wow. I'm blown away by this thing. And in the mini pedal, you can keep 20 on there, but once you're bored of those 20, blow them off. You can download and share from the cloud with thousands of people are taking their profiles and sharing them. Like, this is the future of it all. Essentially, it's almost going to come to the point where it doesn't matter what modeler or profiler you have. It's just a blank hard drive, essentially, to be able to receive, whatever profile for whatever amp or overdrive or anything like that. And it's kind of like how a lot of the, the Line 6 stuff, they're not even releasing new units. They're just releasing new firmware, and you get new effects, new profilers. It's going to get to the point where the hardware is just going to come out and be there for every, 3 to 5 years. And don't worry, we'll just provide you with firmware and software updates and new profiles and models. This could be the future. And you know what? I'm all right with it. And to all the purists talking about real amps, this is not going to replace real amps. We need real amps to make models of, to make profiles of. So we're all good. But this thing, I'm blown away by it and the simplicity of the controls on its face. Like I said, I know outright what I would be doing with it. Just A/B switching between clean amp and high gain amp. When on clean amp, there'd be reverb. When on high gain amp, there would be the gate. You know what I mean? And maybe even a little bit of compression when on the clean amp as well, too. And then that would be it. And then I'd run into a multi-effects unit for everything else. Like, I can't wait to get my hands on one of these. Seriously, I never thought that we'd get one that small this soon. I knew it was going to happen, but this soon? Too soon, but in a good way.
The sound itself I'm used to because, most of my plugins and modelers and all that, it sounds like this. It sounds good. The weird thing is that That's it. That's the thing giving that sound right now. It's this small, man.
Yep.
So right now we're in dual mode, so if I press this button, it should change to the second amplifier, which is here, the B, which is my Synergy 2 C+, and I think it's the Synergy 2C Plus into my Mesa Boogie Badlander. So it's another preamp that the other preset.
By the way, that is a sick looking solar guitar too, isn't it? That red, I don't know, what is it, like a quilted flame red? I don't know, with the gold hardware. Nice.
Okay, let me adjust the gain. Dude, I'm just thinking about the possibilities right now. Okay, so say you have a pedal board. You have a pedal board with your favorite pedals on it, and you're like, well, I just want to remove my amplifier, and my amplifier is just, you know, one sound, and everything goes in and out of that. I mean, just replace your amplifier with this. Or even, another setup would be like, okay, I want to change out my overdrives to 2 different ones. You can bring this instead, just to replace your tube screamer or your metal zone or something like that. It's incredible. Or you can just use it as a full-blown modeler. The only thing is that it doesn't have any effects other than reverb and compression. So it's not a full-fledged multi-effect in that sense. So you would need to add like a delay or a, something else afterwards. But I mean, come on.
Yeah, you know, if you had a pedal board with all the effects that you normally wanted and you wanted to go ampless, throw that and a DI on your board. That's it. That's all you need. That and a DI. And actually, for most guitar players, most front of house sound men would actually have a DI for you. Although, since you're a guitar player, they'd be wanting to be throwing a 57 up in front of your rig. But I'm starting to hear from a lot of my friends that are out there and still gigging that there are sound men that are getting used to modeling. Not even just the younger ones, the old timers that are finally, okay, I get it. We're going an XLR out of your pedal board, which is a modeler, yada, yada. We're just going direct. We're not miking up a cabinet. For the longest time, when this technology first came out, there was a lot of local front of the house sound men that just didn't get it. And that's a great part of the reason that a lot of the working musicians did not want to work with modelers at all. Like, the sound men just don't get it. The sound men fight me on it all the time. But yeah, you know, grab that in a DI box, put that on your board. There's your fly rig. Off you goes.
Say I have like, okay, I want to have a clean amplifier in this. So let's do Cali clean. I just drag a preset in here. Overwrite.
Bang.
Right? And here I can see all the presets. So everything that everyone uploaded to the Tone Cloud or Tonex, ToneNet it's called. Okay, not Tone Cloud. The ToneNet is available. You just find it down here and you just drag and drop it into this section, which is the pedal, you know, the hard.
Now, for me, that is what the main selling point is of this. It's essentially a blank mini pedal capture device to be able to upload, share profiles, and like, that's going to go on for a long time. And there's going to be thousands upon thousands of new profiles put up on there daily. So the tonal options are outright limitless. That, for me, the Tonex Cloud, is one of the main selling points. The fact that even if you don't have a bunch of boutique tube amps, or even any tube amps at all, you can just get captures from other people that are sharing them out. That is just awesome. What a time to be a guitar or bass player. Wowzers.
hardware. So this is the software, here's the hardware. So let's try a twin right here. I just drag it like that. Simple as that. How cool. Okay.
Maybe that with the high gain amp.
Reverb.
That's nice.
And then let's go meld. Or I get so many application ideas for this. What if you have two Tonex 1 after each other? And you can have like 4 different amplifiers. Or even use one as a dual overdrive and then the other one as an amplifier.
Yep.
My God. No, but I am actually genuinely excited about this because, you know, it's just, dude. This is the Tonex capture I did on my Friedman JJ Jr. and the oversized camera. I want to test something. I want to plug in a real overdrive into this thing and see how it responds to that. Technically, if it goes well, then it goes well. All right, so Ibanez Tube Screamer, an old classic TS9.
In theory, it should run the exact same way that it would taking a Tube Screamer and going into the input of an amp. I would assume, logistically and logically, right? It would work just the same way. And obviously, you know, that Tonex pedal doesn't have an effects loop on it, so you couldn't run the distortion into the effects loop and make it be the preamp, but it should run that same way. I would very much assume so.
All right, let's go. Like that. Okay, let me adjust the gain. This is without. With. Dude. Now we're on the Mesa Boogie Badlander again.
Unfrickin' believable. They've got a mini pedal that does it. It sounds really freaking good. And again, everybody, okay, I should have set this closer to the beginning of the video. If you're watching any sort of videos like this that has to do with tonal comparisons, make sure you are not watching just on the crappy little speakers of your smartphone. Not going to do it any justice. Get yourself some decent earbuds, headphones, or watch it on a proper sound system. These captures sound absolutely killer. Even the couple clean ones he did, like the twin, sounded like a twin to me.
I'm actually genuinely excited about this. I'm not completely sure where I would use something like this myself if it will replace
He's got
an
the large
amplifier
units.
or something like that. But in a pedal board or a small pedal board, you know, for short tours or like flying gigs, dude, let's go with this. Oh, it's also an audio interface, of course, because nowadays all of these small things are audio interfaces. So you can just plug in your input into here and then you record directly through this USB cable. And then it's $179 US and euros, which basically puts it at the same price as the Line 6 Pod Express and the Boss IR2.
US?
So which one out of those would you get now? I mean, I think you have to think about your
$179 US. I might grab two of them. So I could, it's like you were saying, and I was thinking earlier, you know, A being from a clean amp to your high gain amp and two different overdrives. So that I can have like, you know, a Tube Screamer-ish type, you know, blues, classic rock overdrive and like a extremely raunchy HM2 type. Wow. Like 179 US for a profiler. Wow. Unfrickin' believable.
Your application, what do you need? You know, do you need all the effects and, you know, a lot of mumbo jumbo and all that? Line 6 Pod Express, absolutely. Do you need amplifier and cabinet only, maybe, and something simple? The Boss IR2. But if you want to be able to bring in your own captures of your own stuff,
or others,
you know, or even import others, you know, you can get my profiles on the Tonex Tone Edit thingy, you know, and bring it with you. I think that's incredible. And for the price, $179, dude, this is a steal, in my opinion. If I can get a tube amplifier sound for $179 US, dude, that's a great price right there. So there you go. Holy shit, the Tonex 1, man. Holy I feel so spoiled being in this generation right now, having stuff like this. So there you go, that's my little demo of the Tonex 1 for you right there. If you like this video, maybe consider subscribing to my channel. You can get merch from olaenglandshop.com. Have a nice day. Goodbye. I want to mention that IK Multimedia sent me this unit for free for me to demo, for the purpose of this demo. But it won't affect what I think about the product. I will always stay completely honest to the audience. If I like a product or not, you will definitely tell. I will definitely say. But
always been
dude,
honest.
I'm buying this. I'm buying this. I might buy two, actually.
Yeah. Wow. I am legitimately completely blown away. I thought it was like about $299 US, and I was still thinking it was going to be a deal at that price. But just absolutely unbelievable. I knew eventually they'd get it down, but I didn't think they'd get it down to a mini pedal that quickly. And again, you know, the main selling point for me is the fact that it's basically a blank slate. Put whatever 20 profiles that you want on there, 20 that you make yourself, 20 that you're swapping out and sharing through the cloud with other users. That's unbelievable. Again, I'm not endorsed by them, but I'm going to buy one for sure, maybe two. Absolutely unbelievable. So once again, that was reacting to Best New Gear of 2024, Tonex 1. And there's a question mark at the end of it. I will say, yes, so far, the best gear of 2024 is the Tonex 1. Absolutely. So once again, go to Ola England's channel and subscribe to him if you are not subscribed already. And go to the original video, give the original video a like. I put a link in the description below. And on my video, this video, leave a comment on what you'd like to see me reacting to next. Thanks for checking out this video. If you like what you saw, please subscribe, click the notification bell, like, comment, and share. It doesn't cost a thing and would really help out the channel. Also, please subscribe to my other channel, GK Mac Music, for some live looping live streams with a side of jackassery, some original music, and some short content, also with a side of jackassery. If you'd like to help out the channel financially, you can buy some merch at the merch store, or you can become a channel member. As always, everyone, thanks so much for your continued support. Do what makes you happy.